Well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. First play's a run with Nwangu. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8. To throw is Thomas. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And got his man complete. A big play there for Minnesota. 51 yards.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there, because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Inside the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 3. Up the middle, Nwangu. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Now Thomas. That is caught. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 6 yards in the first down. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle they go. Drummond. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
One of the tight ends comes in motion. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. They go play fake. Mahomes. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Yellow! Yellow!
Mahomes going to throw. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The Bucs at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games. Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. Mahomes now on first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Jacobs. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Josh Jacobs with a milestone. Career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Bucs are an extra point away now from moving out in front. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. McLaughlin now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there. Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
And now they'll try to pile on. Mahomes' throw brought in by Watson. So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. Well, we know it's a tough mission for this defense to hold them to a field goal after that long kick return, but they're one play away from doing it.
They certainly are very close to accomplishing what they needed to get done because they've treated this like a sudden change. You know, when the offense turns the ball over on a fumble or an interception, before you go out, you get together as a defense and go, sudden change, keep your poise, be ready to go. That's exactly what this group has done. Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Yellow.
Jacobs will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
Mahomes now on the sneak. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. So the D-line got the push there against the O-line to stop that quarterback sneak.
A really high percentage call on offense. I think it's the right call. But as you noted, if they don't get the push, you can't get in there. There's no place for him to go. And that's why the whole play got stuffed.
They'll start on the ground here in the longer. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Now a 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. Drummond. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd and 4 now.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They started the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, we have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Thomas will look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This is what you want to see from the defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense?
The Vikings send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And taken at the 46. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now here's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's 2nd and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first. He's got him in, complete. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 40 yards. First down, Vikings. On first down, they'll run with the Wonder. Strong running at the 30, and he'll go down at the 28. That one good for 10 yards, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. The tight end in motion right. On second down, Drummond, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover at the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
York able to send this one through, and that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10 to 9. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. On first down, Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And again, it's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, and this is going to remain a 1-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Mahomes firing complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Samson Abukum from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. 3rd and 9 here.
Hey, 57, 57. Hey, Ripley.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Big strides, look at him go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tommy Tremble, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. McLaughlin for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. At their own 29-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. On first down, Thomas. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Thomas. He's going to let it go again. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that. Well, that would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
On for the field goal, a 43-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Thomas. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Minnesota. 44 yards. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Thomas. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Good dunk by Kenny Moore. And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Yellow, yellow.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And he fends him off. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Oh, my goodness. Now that is going to be out of bounds on the free kick. And that's a big mistake. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Give left side here for Nwangu. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu. A 22-yard scamper. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. After the sack, it's 2nd and and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. But it's not going to work. He'll go down. They got him. Joe Triad showcasing the pass rush.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Under pressure, they got him again. Jermaine Johnson. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Taking on the midfield logo. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
Keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have it. That's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Second and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Counter play with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Mahomes to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown. Tommy Tremble, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Buccaneers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. They do tack on the extra point as well, and it might seal the deal as that makes it a two-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake. Thomas. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
On 2nd and 10, Thomas. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. Thomas now on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw. Thomas. That's down the field for Jefferson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle,